Morning, y'all. Happy Monday. So, back to the work week. So, yesterday I was talking about how your DNA could be used as an international ID card, and I wanted to elaborate a little more on how concerning that could be. Like I said yesterday, your credit score, your criminal record, your taxes, your medical records could all be easily viewed by anyone with access to the system. Well, there's something else that most certainly is going to be utilized, and that's a social credit score. A lot of people have heard of it, but not a lot of people know what it actually is, okay? It's certainly not how many friends you have on Instagram or Facebook or how many subscribers you have on YouTube. No, it's something a lot more nefarious, okay? It's something that's going to obliterate your rights to do almost anything. And guess what? This isn't some pie-in-the-sky dream of the neo-communists out there. This is actually being used today. It's actually been being used for the last 12 years in China. That country that so many of the elites are trying to emulate. Okay. What the social credit system is, it's actually a national blacklist being utilized by the government of China. Okay. The program initiated their regional trials in 2009 before launching a national pilot with 8 credit scoring firms in 2014, similar to like Equifax and all that sort of stuff. Okay. It was intended to standardize the assessment of citizens and businesses' economic and social reputation, or their social credit. Okay. The Social Credit Initiative called for the establishment of a unified recorded system for individuals, businesses, and the government to be tracked and evaluated for trustworthiness. Now, let that sink in for a minute, okay? Your trustworthiness is now going to be quantifiable. Now, I don't know about any of you, but for me, the one who decides if a person or a business is trustworthy, for me, is me. Okay, not some entity like I said, Equifax or Experian or something like that. Sure, maybe, banks use something like this to decide on extending loans. eBay and Uber use something a little similar for, customers to rate providers and providers to rate customers. But this goes way further, okay? Initial reports suggest that the system utilizes a numerical score as a reward and punishment system. Okay, the credit system's closely tied to China's mass surveillance systems. I mean, obviously we're talking communist government here. Okay, but they're surveillance systems that incorporate financial recognition, big data analysis, artificial intelligence, all that. Okay. Now, what I just talked about there, for a lot of violations or whatever, you have to get caught first. But there's a solution for that. Okay. You get points for turning your neighbor in, and they have points taken away for whatever transgression they committed. Report your neighbor for not cleaning up after your dog poops. Great. Your score goes up and their score goes down. I mean, this takes Big Brother to a whole new level. Okay, like I said in another video, imagine the paranoia in society when everyone thinks they're being watched 24/7. Because they are, okay? This is starting to sound like something out of a sci-fi movie. It is, okay? But wait, it gets better, okay? By 2018, some restrictions had been placed on citizens, which the state-owned media described as the first step toward creating a nationwide credit system. As of 2019, in addition to dishonest and fraudulent financial behavior, which I see no problem with, okay? After all, I'm not going to trust a thief either, okay? Other behaviors that cities have officially listed as negative factors of credit ratings include playing loud music, eating in bus and train stations, violating traffic rules such as jaywalking or red light violations, making reservations at hotels or restaurants and then not showing up. I don't know. How about, this was my favorite one though. Failing to correctly sort your trash. Okay. Now, on the other hand, behavior listed as positive factors for credit ratings, including donating blood, donating to charity, volunteering for community services, praising government officials on social media, and so on. Can you imagine this? You could be denied, let's say, medical service, okay, because you didn't separate your plastics from your metals before throwing out the trash. But on the other hand, you could be moved to the front of the line for a surgery because you posted something positive about Joe Biden on Facebook. That's insanity, okay? Think my example's far-fetched? Here's what actually happened, okay? As of June of 2019, according to the National Development and Reform Commission of China, 27 million airline tickets, as well as 6 million high-speed rail tickets, had been denied to people who were deemed untrustworthy and were on a blacklist. Other penalties they assess: you can't buy land, you can't take out a loan. I mean, the list goes on and on. In general, it takes 2 to 5 years to be removed from the blacklist. Okay, eventually, like anything else, things drop off your credit rating. Okay, but early removal is possible if the blacklisted person has done enough remedies. Okay, what are the remedies? You're gonna love this. With the government system, if you want to be removed from a blacklist, you can either pay your bill or appeal to the courts. Bring your money to the court and then you get removed from the system. However, it's not a judicial system. It's just a court you need to appeal to. It's bureaucrats just collecting money. It's not like a speeding ticket where you can challenge it in court. It's just the opposite. You're guilty, period. Okay? There is no chance to prove innocence. Want it removed from your record? Pay a fine. The rich take your money. Where we heard that before. Okay? Imagine what the fine would have been if you participated in Tiananmen Square about 30 years ago. Or let's say if you participated in the Capitol protest on January 6th. There is no innocent until proven guilty. Hell, there's no guilty until proven innocent, like the Democrats love. It's just guilty. The end. Okay? Now, this is what happens. Personal information of the blacklisted people is deliberately made accessible to society and is displayed online as well as at various public venues such as movie theaters and buses. Can you imagine sitting in a theater waiting for your movie to start? Instead of seeing previews, you see pictures of your neighbors belittling them because they ate a hot dog at the bus station. Or watch a bus go by with the billboard on the side of it with a picture of your coworker on it because they were being condemned for jaywalking. Some cities in China have even banned the children of untrustworthy parents from attending private schools and universities. On the other hand, people with high credit ratings may receive rewards like less waiting time at the hospital, like I talked about earlier, discounts at hotels, greater likelihood of employment. It's keep going on and on and on. Okay. So basically, your right to privacy as well as personal dignity is going to be completely destroyed. We don't tell our neighbors if we're struggling financially. We don't tell our boss if we're having trouble at home. But we also don't go around bragging about how much we earn either. Okay? Under this system, we don't have to. The government will do it for us. So I know what you're thinking. This will never happen here, right? Well, how about this little morsel? The World Economic Forum's virtual meeting, which was held back last month, January 25th through 29th, the Davos globalists, they spoke extensively about alternative credit scoring as part of their plan to save the world. Some of the things they had talked about, to include in their credit score that they wanted for the world, these are actual examples, guys. How often do you text your friends back? Did you call your mom on her birthday? Did you like posts about strip clubs or stockbrokers? Really? Okay. I know y'all hear me and other channels talk about the World Economic Forum, Klaus, and the whole cast of clowns quite often, okay? But this is what they're planning for us. It's not some crazy conspiracy theory either. This is going on right under our noses in the United States and probably the rest of the world too, okay? It's not just talked about. We have cameras everywhere. Red light cameras on many stoplights, okay? I know in London, it's like, you can't walk 12 feet without being on for going from camera to camera to camera, okay? We have facial recognition in Walmart. Grocery store cards track every one of your purchases. Google tracks everything you do. I mean, where you go, what you buy, what videos you're watching, who knows, okay? We're already giving up our rights in bits and pieces. Why would anybody think more is not coming, okay? Again, try this one. Right now, today, over 30 million people in China are banned from leaving the country, banned from traveling by plane or train, banned from having insurance, banned from renting a home, banned from going to restaurants, and banned from taking out a loan, all because of their social credit score. 30 million people, okay? Not because of COVID, because they ate a hot dog and didn't separate their garbage. This is the future that's being planned for us, guys. Like I said earlier, how good is your infrastructure? Because you aren't leaving your property real soon. Pinball out.